Question number 2, question number 6. So the question is, in today's video, I thought it'd be cool to answer some questions that you guys have been dropping. I've been impressed by how active the comment section's been on this new channel, and I've gotten a ton of questions. I'm going to answer 10 of them that have come in the comments section over the past few weeks. And I also want to thank the rest of you who've been active in the comments section, offering up your advice, your take on moving to Thailand, living to Thailand, working in Thailand. It's my hope that this channel becomes a bit of a gathering place. Feed in what you know, your opinions, your experiences. And it seems like a lot of you out there are jumping in and helping out. So thanks very much. Let's keep this community growing. Let's keep the comments section positive, helpful. That's the place to ask questions. That's the place to offer up your own words to wisdom. Now, let's get into the questions. Question number 1 from a username that I'm not even going to bother trying to say, but the question is, can we live for 3 to 4 years for work here in Thailand and then return to our country? Is this scene cause any problems? Please tell. So I think the question is, can you just move here temporarily, work here, live here for a few years, and then return to your home country? Does this trigger anything to be concerned about? The short answer is no, but I think I should point out, like, depending where you come from, your home country might have some constraints for you. There's viewers on this channel from all over the world, but there are a lot of you out there in America, and most of you are probably aware of this, but if you're not, America is one of only 2 countries on the whole planet that taxes based on citizenship. You got America and Eritrea. Only 2 countries on earth, as far as I know, that'll tax you no matter where in the world you live. So if you are American and you move to Thailand, keep that in mind. You're going to have to continue dealing with the IRS and filing your tax returns. For everyone else, you can move to Thailand and just kind of unplug yourself from the tax system in your home country. Declare yourself a non-tax resident. I've done that twice in my life. In the 90s, I moved to Korea. I just declared myself a tax resident of Korea, a non-tax resident of Canada, and that means I didn't have to file any taxes back there. And then when I left Korea, went back home to Canada, there was no real issues. You're going to want to manage health insurance. You're going to want to manage expired driver's licenses and all this small stuff. But there's nothing of concern that I can think of for a temporary move here to Thailand. It happens all the time. Question number 2, this comes from Jeff Tech 7357. Says, another question for you. If I wanted to live in the country of Thailand, could I own a motorcycle? Is it hard to get a license? Yeah, you can definitely own a motorcycle. I got a lot of friends with motorcycles here. You know, up in Chiang Mai, that's probably the preferred way to get around. It's just awesome up there on a motorbike. It's the perfect size city. I got a lot of buddies who have a motorbike here in Bangkok, some on Samui. I would definitely be leery about the dangers of riding a motorbike here. Thailand's one of the most dangerous countries in the world on the roads as far as accidents goes, you know, and most of the deaths that occur are motorbike riders. So if you do want to ride a motorbike, keep that in mind. I'm moving to Koh Samui next year, and I've thought about it. It would be fun to ride around the island all the time with the breeze, the island breeze on a motorbike. But I've decided for myself, I'm gonna go with a car. The other part of your question is it hard to get a license? No, it's not hard to get a license. And like most things in Thailand, there's a couple of ways you can skin the cat. You know, there's always services here that'll allow you, if you spend a little bit more money, just a complete ease of use. So I know that there's motorcycle license service shops that would just make the process super smooth and super easy. I would recommend going the proper route, which involves a road test, and just making sure that you understand the laws of the road over here. And it certainly, if you haven't ridden a motorcycle much in your life, then to actually properly learn, rather than just getting your license and getting in the roads of Bangkok. That's a recipe for disaster. There's actually a couple of tracks here. I think Honda has a track that has a weekend-long motorcycle safety training class. And my buddy G-Mac up in Chiang Mai swears by it. And he's a seasoned motorcycle veteran. But he thinks that that's the best thing ever, and that anybody who's considering getting a motorbike in Thailand should do that. So look into something like that. But no, it's pretty easy to get your license here. Question number 3 comes from Mateus101. Great video, thanks. Really love your energy and information on the subject. I have a question. I'm more like the silent type, and I'm thinking about the option to come work remotely to Thailand, at least to test it out. Never been there. If I would locate myself outside the big cities to have more peace, how is the internet connections in more rural areas? Would it be possible to work? I love your mindset. You've never been to Thailand, but you're considering moving here to do remote work. Man, if I was a remote worker, if I was back in my 20s in this new world of remote work, I would park myself in Thailand and I'd have a remote job making international money and life would be stellar. So I love where your head's at. And you even mentioned that you want to test it out because you've never been there. The best way to test it out, sure, come on over. Spend 6 months, spend a year. See what it's like as a remote worker here. As far as internet in the rural areas, I would imagine you'd have absolutely no problems at all. Internet here is generally very, very good. If you got super rural, then yeah, there's going to be some concerns. You know, I've been deep into some of the national parks, but I'm guessing that you're not talking about rural, meaning living out in the jungle somewhere. If you're just kind of outside the main centers, but near civilization, you're going to have the ability to get nice internet. So I wouldn't worry about that. And good luck, Mateus. I hope that you pull the trigger. Come over, make those international bucks, and live for cheaper in Thailand. That's a great idea. Question number 4 comes from QMan91. Hey, Chris, one thing I'm struggling to finding answers for is how to get a Thai phone number. I know all providers have tourist SIMs with good deals directly at the airport, but to my understanding, those SIMs are not permanent, so to speak. What's the best way to get a regular Thai phone number? Let's say from AIS. Okay, that's a good question. When you do land at the airport, yeah, you can get a tourist SIM card. Most of those have a expiry date of 7 days, 15 days. I think the maximum you can get might be 21 days or 28 days. And then if you're here for a longer time, you can top that up and extend it. But you're asking about a permanent SIM card. It's real easy. Just go to the provider's shop. So you mentioned AIS. That's the green one. That's who I use. There's also True, which is the red one. And then I think DTAC is the blue one. Any one of those 3 providers have shops everywhere. Pretty much every town, every city has tons of the shops. And where you're going to find them is in a shopping mall. Just go into any shopping mall. Say you're in Bangkok. There's going to be a floor where these shops are concentrated. All you have to do is go in. They'll have English-speaking representatives, and you make sure that you bring your passport and ID, and then just shop, select a plan, and they'll fire it up. It'll be active right then and there. And then when it comes time to paying your bill every month, all of them have a mobile app. I just pay my bill on the mobile app. You could pay your bill by going in directly back to the shop and paying cash every month. And when you want to roam outside of Thailand, also very easy. I'm taking a trip in the near future, actually, heading back to Canada for a visit. And I just purchased a 3-week roaming package for, I think, 1,700 baht, so about $55. And that will give me unlimited data while I'm back in Canada and SMS and all that stuff. So there's a little bit about cell phones for you, Q-Man. Now, let's go to Question number 5. Tomorrow, man. This is a bit of a long one, but I really liked this comment, so hear me out. I've been here 9 months now. My initial expenses for larger items came from my savings. Things like a car, 520,000 baht. A scooter, 33,000 baht. Retirement visa, 32,000 baht. Health insurance, full coverage of 5 million was 55,000 baht. After that, I figured that since I have 1,300 a month pension, I would have about 45,000 baht a month to spend, which is around the minimum of 40K that I recommended in one of my previous videos. My goal was to not touch my savings after the initial expenses. Rent, 12K. Bills, 3K. Left me about 30K per month to spend, which was 1,200 baht a day. Well, 30K a month is not 1,200 baht a day. It's 1,000 a day. But other than your math, I'm loving where your head's at. Since I don't go to bars, that left me enough to eat out in decent places, even have a girlfriend who I could treat. I date mostly women who have non-sex jobs, so feels more like a girlfriend. That put a little chuckle on that made me laugh. It is possible if she isn't a drinker, which bar girls are. Yeah, they love to eat, drink, and sleep. None of those for me. Okay, so there's no question. There's no question in there, but I wanted to include that one in the video because it's actually a pretty good breakdown of how you would go about living here and spending your money if you're living on a pension of 1,300 a month. I think that all of your numbers are quite realistic, and you make a very good point. If you're going to be out drinking at bars with regularity or hanging out with bar girls, even worse, your budget would not work if you're in this range. So I wanted to share that with you because it just paints a nice picture of kind of the simple way to look at a pension of that size. Question number 6 comes from Terrific Alir. I'm not even going to try and read that. But your question was, Bangkok and Pattaya are different. You live in Bangkok. It's a different animal, and you have to make that comparison, which you are not doing. Looks like I'm being told off a little bit here. But you make a good point. And that's why I started the video by saying that's what the comment section's for. Look, you're not going to hear me talk too much about Pattaya. And when I do talk about it, you're not hearing a guy who has tons of knowledge about that place talk about it. You're going to hear a slanted view from a guy who's literally only been there a couple of times and has only seen the surface. And the surface of that city didn't speak to me. So there's so many other places in Thailand that did speak to me right from day one that I spend more time there, hence I spend more time talking about those places, and I know more about those places. So for those of you out there who call Pattaya home, for those of you who are considering calling Pattaya home, comment below. Help a brother out. There's people out there that are watching that have questions and want to dig deeper into the city of Pattaya, and I'm not going to be the guy to be able to do that. So that's where you Pattaya lovers can come in, including you, the person who made this comment. You did tell me off a little bit. You scolded me, and I appreciate that. It led to me giving this note, but I hope that you yourself take the time to make that comparison. Question number 7. Can I get an educational visa and later on get a retirement one when I turn 50? Says Sarah Coffee. Yeah, Sarah, that's a good plan. If you're under 50 and that just rules you out from a retirement visa, which you obviously know that's one of the basic requirements. But an educational visa is a fine option. So you just have to make sure that before you sign on the dotted line with any Thai language school, or school of any kind, you need to make sure that they have the means to get you an education visa. There'd be some schools that almost specialize in having that be part of their offering, and they'll be well versed in the process of taking students who sign up and kind of holding their hand and making sure that they have all the necessary documentation and paperwork for a smooth process to get your ED visa. But I guess the question for you is, how old are you? You know, if you were 35 years old, it's a long time till you're 50 and qualifying for the retirement visa. So I doubt you're going to be able to be on an ED visa all that time. So if you were younger, then I'd say 45 at the most. You're going to want to look at other options, of which there are many. I'm not going to go into them in this video. That's what future videos are for. So tickle that little subscribe button and you won't miss the future videos. And that brings us to comment number 8 from Sharon Jones, 5653. Sharon says, I'm planning to get a visa here at a Thailand embassy in Florida. I'll bring my cat. I plan to bring 3 suitcases, period. No moving company. Oh, Sharon, you're going to do it right. I love it. I love it. Sharon's all in. I plan to rent for 3 or 4 months and buy a condo. Sharon's a pro. This is why I wanted to share this comment. Think about your move here the way Sharon is. She's going to parse everything, throw all her shit out back home. She's going to rent for 3 or 4 months when she shows up here, and then she plans to buy a condo. Most things will be furnished. I can buy what extras I need there. I've talked to an insurance agent in Thailand, so I know what that's going to cost. I'll have the $23,000 to transfer to the Thailand bank. My guess is that that's for your retirement visa. Again, Sharon, dotting all the I's and crossing the T's. I plan on using a lawyer to help with that and buying the condo. I figure even with health insurance included, as long as I own my condo, I should be able to live on $800 a month. Am I crazy? I'm 76. I don't have 50 years ahead of me. You are not crazy. No, you're not crazy. You're finally going to be awake and alive, and the last chapter of your life is going to be spent doing something that maybe you never thought possible for your own future, but it is not too late. And it sounds like you already know this, but your comment I really wanted to highlight for anyone else out there who's starting to get up in the years and wondering, can you make a leap? And I think this is a great example of how. Now, $800 a month, that's probably about 27,000 baht. It is possible, especially because, like you said, you would own your condo. If you had to pay rent out of that, that's going to start to be a pretty thin lifestyle. But if you own your condo, then yeah, $800 a month is something that you could live off of. Again, you're not going out to the bars. You're not partying like crazy every night. You're definitely going to be living a budget-friendly life, but it's very doable, and I can only imagine a much better lifestyle than anywhere in the Western world on the same $800 a month. So thanks for that. That was a great comment. Question number 9 comes from a name that is just gibbledy-gook gibberish, so I'm not going to read your name, but we'll zoom in on your profile picture. What's that name all about? Anyways, you say, can you please talk about little bit youngers too for moving to heaven? I don't want to actually, after 50 or 60 years, and then getting there, I know it's not easy for 35, 36-year-olds, but talk about what example possibility someone like 35 years old can have do for moving to Thailand and living there. And thank you so much. I'm in love with your videos. Thank you. So the question is, younger people in their 30s, maybe even in their 20s, can you move here? Can you find work? Can you make a life here? What possibility is there for that? This is a tough question to answer. The answer is yes, but it's not going to be easy. It's not like Thailand has decent paying jobs fallen from the sky for expats who fly in to pluck off the trees. I moved to South Korea in 1994, And when I did, one of the main reasons I did was because there was jobs falling from the sky for foreign expats that were great paying who wanted to call Korea home. It was called English teaching. Now, you could teach English here in Thailand, or you could teach other things. And if you're an international accredited teacher, there's great jobs here at the international schools all across the country. But if you're looking for the kind of the English, the ESL teacher lifestyle, it's hard going, and it'd be fun, I think, for a while. But I don't know that it'd be something that I'd recommend as the start of a lifelong career move. If you're looking for other work, yeah, it's possible. But I think your best bet is to come in with an entrepreneurial mindset. You know, you go up to Chiang Mai, and almost everyone you meet is a younger person who's chosen to live there as a digital nomad who's got some sort of usually online business. A lot of SEO bros up there. Probably a lot of drop shipping bros up there, crypto bros. I don't think you'd have to restrict yourself to being an online business entrepreneur, but I think that the best opportunities for young people in Thailand come from that entrepreneurial mindset of, hey, I'm going to go there. It's going to be tough as hell, but I'm going to find my way. I'm going to plant a flag in the ground, say this is my field, and the first step of a farmer's field is to plant your seeds, and these seeds are going to be your business ideas. But they don't sprout and deliver the big fall harvest overnight. You got to water those seeds. So that takes time. You got to cultivate your own business as an entrepreneur, and Thailand will be no different. But if you do put in that time and you're willing to make a bit of a sacrifice upon arrival, then I think there's massive opportunities here for young people. And the last question today, number 10, comes from Kep Friends. You say, amazing, concentrated information, thanks. If there's an upcoming video, it would be also nice to learn how pet-friendly the condos are. I get a lot of pet questions from you guys out there. A lot of pet questions. And I'd probably do a whole video about pets. I probably will. As far as pets in condos, a lot of them are not pet-friendly. So it's pretty easy, though, when you're looking for a condo to rent or to buy, but assuming you're talking about renting, when you talk to your agent, then just if you have a pet, then that's plain and simple. Don't even show me a building that isn't pet friendly, because it'll do nothing but make me depressed when I see a nice building and then a unit I like, only to find out later that I can't bring my pet in. So if you know you got a pet, then just nip that in the bud as soon as you get here and start working with the rental agent and tell them, just show me pet-friendly buildings. Now, that will certainly limit you. Not all buildings in Bangkok are pet-friendly by any stretch of the imagination. I just had some good friends move from up near Don Muang Airport. They wanted to come into central Sukhumvit area. They needed a pet-friendly location, and they said it definitely, makes the challenge to find the perfect unit for yourself just a little more challenging. But they have found a place, nice condo, living with their pet. We used to live in a condo. We didn't have a pet, but the people right across from us had 2 dogs, so that place was obviously pet-friendly. I would say Bangkok's not the most pet-friendly city, though. Finding pet parks, taking your pet for walks. If it's raining out in Bangkok and you take Rover for a little stroll, Rover's coming back dirty. Dirty Bangkok floodwaters all over Rover's belly. Bangkok isn't the most pet-friendly place, but I don't even know if you're talking about Bangkok, Samui, Phuket, Chiang Mai. These places are more pet-friendly than Bangkok, but hey, don't let that stop you. I know lots of people who have dogs and cats and bunny rabbits and mice and stuff here. And I should point out that if you're ever actually looking to rent a condo here, you can reach out to us, RW For You Real Estate. We work on your behalf, the buyer, the renter, not on the landlord's behalf. So we'll just take you around, show you places after learning what it is you're looking for, and help guide you through the process of signing your lease and getting moved in. And the service to use us doesn't cost you guys anything. The landlords who rent the places, that's where the commission pays from. So you can rest assured that you'd have someone, her name's Noi, by the way, working on your side to find you a pet-friendly place, a condo, a house, whatever it is you might be looking for. Just reach out, connect at retiredworkingforyou.com, and we can hook you up with that. I hope this Q&A session was helpful. Drop some questions, drop some comments below, and check this video out here. You might find this one pretty helpful if you're actually getting ready to pull the trigger on a move anytime soon. Got a little checklist for you.